Hi, welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we're gonna be doing getting right into 10 fun facts about the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie. So number 1 is Vin Diesel wore stilts while voice acting Groot. You may have heard that Vin Diesel recorded his I Am Groot line more than 1,000 times in numerous languages. This is one of the most popular fun facts about the Guardians of the Galaxy films. What you may have not heard, however, is that Diesel also did some of this recording while wearing stilt-like contraption on his legs. We guess this helped him feel more like a large talking tree. That's some pretty serious dedication for a voice acting role. Number 2, the original Guardians were a whole different group. So when MCU fans think of the Guardians, five characters come to mind: Star-Lord, Rocket, Raccoon, Groot, Drax, and Gamora. But in the comics, the original Guardians were a whole different team. Specifically in its 1969 comic debut, the squad consisted of Skatar, Vance, Astro, Captain Charlie, 27, Martinix, Naga, and Yondu. In fact, Got G Volume 2 and Number 3 featured and reimagined some of these characters as members of the Ravagers. Sylvester Stallone played Skatar in volumes Number 1 and 2, and Charlie 27 was portrayed by Ving Rhames during a mid-credit scene in Volume 2, and Martinix Tanaga was played by Michael Rosenbaum in both volumes. Number 3, Miley's secret cameo. So this one was actually Volume 2. She had a role in the Guardians of Galaxy Volume 2. In what way does that controversial celeb correlate to the Marvel, you may ask? Miley secretly cameoed in the post-credit scene where Skatar reunites with his Ravagers gang. You may recall the robotic head who says, "I missed you guys so much." Well, that character was voiced by Miley Cyrus. Number 4 is Lee Pace audition for Peter Quill. Lee Pace is not quite a household name, but he is a memorable actor, the tall, strapping, and deep-voiced man who played Ronan the Accuser in the MCU. Okay, so it's not exactly anybody's favorite Marvel villain, but we can blame that on the writing and character concept. Pace is an excellent actor, which is why it's fascinating to know that he originally auditioned for Peter Quill. We're not sure he'd have brought the same level of humor to the role, which is pretty crucial, but Pace as Quill makes for an interesting alternate history to consider nonetheless. Number 5 is Karen Gillen had a wig of her own shaved hair. So as you may know, if you've ever followed press tours and the likes, Karen Gillen fully committed to the role of Nebula by shaving her head for the part. We have to admire the dedication, given that a bald cap probably would have done just fine. What likely made things a little easier for Gillen, however, is that she was given a wig made from her own hair that she had shaved off for the role. Now, number 6. One second here. The Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, that was filmed in 2017, was widely rumored to take over directing from James Gunn after the latter was temporarily fired from the project. However, Waititi made it clear that this option was never on the table for him, claiming that those are James' films would be like going into someone's house and saying, "Hey, I'm your new dad, and this is how we made peanut butter sandwiches." Now it feels kind of awkward. But number 7, Bautista even stated that he would demand to be released from his contract if the studio did not use the screenplay Gunn had originally written for this film. Gunn was later rehired. The character Adam Warlock. This is number 7. Sorry, wait, what? No, this should be. Okay, after my sneezing fit was over, we have this now. So number 8 The character Adam Warlock was going to appear in the previous film but was cut out since James Gunn felt there was too many characters, so he's confirmed to appear in this film. Now, number 9 is released exactly 6 years after the Guardians of Galaxy 2 in 2017. This marks the longest gap between an MCU film and its sequel, surpassing the record set by Doctor Strange in 2016 and the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in 2022, released 5 years and 6 months apart. Now, number 10 is filming was previously scheduled to begin in January of 2019 prior to Gunn's firing, and then in February 2021 before Gunn began work on Peacemaker. And lastly, number 11 is with the start of filming, Sylvester Stallone revealed that he would return to Stakar Ogard from Volume 2, and the Gunn posted a photo of the main cast members in which revealed that Chuck Woody Awuji was part of the film following his collaboration with Gunn on Peacemaker. That's kind of neat. Okay, so I have time for about a few more. So next is production designer Beth Michael, so this is number 12, said Gunn chose to mainly use practical effects for Volume 3 after they did so with their work on the Suicide Squad. Next one is 13 in February 2021, Gunn stated that film would be shot using industrial light and Magic's stagecraft virtual production technology that was developed for Disney Plus Star Wars series The Mandalorian, but in October he said they would not be able to use the technology because the sets were too big, believing they were larger than the sets used on the Suicide Squad. Now, 13 was Drax Was Originally a Man. This cool fact about the Guardians of the Galaxy character may surprise you. While Groot began as a giant alien monster, Drax started off as a man. He was a real estate agent named Arthur Douglas who was murdered by Thanos. The long and short of it is that Thanos' father, Mentor, and his father, Kronos, salvaged Douglas's soul and created Drax. His purpose is to hunt and destroy Thanos. Not awesome about that. I believe number 15 or 16, the Volume 1 BluRay features 8-bit cartoon interludes. So BluRay is quickly fading into the VHS DVD heap of history. If you still have a BluRay player, however, you might want to pick up a copy of the Galaxy Volume 1 for it. This is because it contains special features in the form of 8-bit cartoons that reimagine aspects of the film, complete with the pixelated cameos from the likes of the director James Gunn and Marvel boss Kevin Feige. And then lastly, we'll do one more. We have time for 2 more actually. So director James Gunn did the Groot dance. One of the true fan favorite moments of the Guardians portion of the MCU is when Baby Groot helps to open Volume 2 with a dance, and it turns out it was none other than Gunn himself who actually did the dance for the motion capture. And then you can watch the video on YouTube. We'll do one more. Here. Sorry. Several major actors nearly played Ego. For a while, we were used to huge, almost call lists for the Marvel projects. Somewhere along the line, though, so many of Hollywood's most famous stars appeared in the film that these lists became less interesting. Guardians number 2 is an exception, though, particularly when it comes to the role of Ego. While Kurt Russell wound up playing the part, actors like Liam Neeson, Gary Oldman, Bruce Willis, Mel Gibson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Ron Perlman were all on the list. Frankly, we could imagine just about any of them in the role. Well, of course you could. Anyways, that is it for me tonight, you guys. You guys have an awesome rest of your day, evening, weekend, whatever it is for you guys. Let me know in the comments below, like, what, if you've seen the movie, what your favorite volume is so far. I've seen I believe the first 2, so still have yet to see the newest one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. Again, keep smiling, keep shining. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Bye now.